This is Nicole Whitlock with eCom Sellers Academy. I'm sorry, my son took my phone and I wasn't able to check to make sure I was broadcasting live in the room. So tonight we're going to be covering product sourcing 2. Last week we covered product sourcing 1. In last week's session, we talked about general sourcing. We talked about print on demand type of sourcing. And in the general sourcing, we covered a couple of different things. You know, finding things around your house, you know, getting inventory from your neighbors and friends and stuff like that. And so it's just some generic sourcing because we all have inventory that we really could be selling, but we're not thinking about that inventory right now. So we wanted you to go back and watch that session so it'll give you some ideas and strategies. Then we talked about print on demand, and we also talked about wholesale sourcing, some different ways in which you can do product sourcing through wholesale. We talked about private label and white label, gave you some ideas on how you can get a list of like companies that will allow you, if you want to do simplified private label, which is white label, that's where you put your label on a product. So maybe you're selling some vitamin C tablets and you have a brand that you've created. Then you would slap your label on that vitamin C tablets. It will become your brand. And then we also talked about drop shipping. So today, we're going to talk about some simple sourcing or free sourcing strategies, some additional ones. In addition to that, we're going to, I don't know what happened with that. We're going to talk about in-store sourcing. Then we're going to talk about eBay sourcing and Amazon search sourcing, liquidation sourcing, AliExpress, and Google Trends. So this is actually going to be more of a demonstration to show you a couple of these different strategies. So the first one is simple sourcing or free sourcing. So like I said last week, you know, searching things around your house is always a great way to do product sourcing. You can also go directly to, and I apologize, I have 9,000 messages coming in because of the fact that I'm in the middle of working on the summit. So you can go to your local garage sales that are in your area. You can just search whatever garage sale groups are in your area. So I'm like in the McKinney, Frisco, Plano area, and we have a lot of garage sales. When you go into any of these garage sales Facebook groups, and some of them have a lot of people, what you can search for, the first thing I always look for is it says, okay, posts per day. This is a lot of posts. There's 4,000 posts per day, 5,000 posts per day, 1,000, 2,950 posts per day, 580, 360, 270, so, and 60 posts per day. So depending on what you're into, like there might be some specific things that you are specifically interested in. Like maybe you're collecting and you're selling sports items, or maybe you're selling clothes, used clothes. Maybe you're selling, I don't know, outdoor lawn covering, whatever. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go look in the free Facebook groups to see if there's anything in the free Facebook groups that I might be interested in. Looking at how many posts per day is always helpful. And then as I scroll down, which I am not part of that group, so I'm not going to be able to see it, you would search for products that that you believe that you could potentially resell. A lot of the things that are posted in some of the free Facebook groups or in garage sale groups are going to be potentially things that you can sell without even touching it. So I'm going to give you an example. Several years ago, there was a person that was giving away a free basketball goal. It was like, I don't know, 8 years ago. And I used this strategy to sell that basketball goal without even actually being like owning it. So the person said that it was free to whoever wanted it. So I contacted them on Facebook. And then once I contacted them and told them I was coming to get it, I listed it in another Facebook garage sale group. And someone contacted me about that. And I said, okay, I'll meet you. Here's the address. And I'd already gotten the address from the other person. I went and met them. I was outside next to the basketball goal that was free. They put it in their truck. I got the cash and I drove off. So that's one of those simple strategies. Of course, that was when my boys were real little. So I was like not getting out the car and all that other stuff. But a lot of the Facebook groups, like you may or may not be part of, and I don't know all the Facebook groups that I'm a part of for garage sales. But when you go into join group, I want to find one that I'm already part of because I'm already part of several. Let me just see if I'm already, one's private. Okay, so I'm in this one. So when you go into that Facebook group, the first thing you can do is you can search for whatever's free in here. That may give you an idea of things that you could potentially grab and sell. Sometimes people want to just get rid of something. So maybe you can sell it and sell it for parts, washers, dryers, whatever the case may be. And that's going to give you some cash. And sometimes they'll just have it outside. So if you've got a place to store it, that's great. The other thing that I search for, and some of these things are not big things, some of them are small things. Some of them are big, but some of them are small. You can turn around and sell it. So these are like the free flex tracks, no car included. So you could turn around and flip this and sell it on another platform because they've got 400 pieces. So evidently they bought a bunch of those flex tracks, and that's not big, and they could leave it outside for you. Another thing is, okay, so let's see, I'm trying to find, this is all toys, random toys. Maybe you can do something with it. It says porch pickup, so whoever wants it, so you'd have to respond to that. Okay, and then I don't know what else is in here, but look for the free stuff first. That's the first thing I go after. The second thing that I go after is I go to check to see who's had a garage sale. If you've had a garage sale, I am going to reach out to you when your garage sale is almost over. So an example would be, and there's at this time, there's not a lot of people having garage sales because of COVID-19. But when things are different, keep the strategy in the back of your mind. Because I literally made a few $1,000s with this strategy. So at the last day of the person's garage sale, I literally would contact them if they said the garage sale was ending on Sunday at, I don't know, 1 o'clock or something like that in the Facebook garage sale group. I would literally contact them at like 12 o'clock and say, hey, if you're planning on donating any of your leftovers from the garage sale to a nonprofit, I'd love to stop by and pick it up. And so I would literally get oodles and oodles of free inventory just by using that strategy. Everything from books to decorations to clothes. And you can turn around and sell them in lots on eBay. So that's a great strategy. I've used it to be able to grab some free inventory and at no cost or a low cost. Okay, the next one is in store. So I'm gonna have to show my camera. When you're going into the store, I need my phone again. When you go into the store, my son is sitting over here. When you go into a store, one of the things that I do is I always take pictures of stuff when I am in the store. The reason I do that is two things. One, I'm trying to find possibly the distributor of those specific products. That's one thing. But the other thing that I'm trying to do, and that's on the back of the packaging. The second thing is I'm getting product ideas. So I love to do bundles. And because I love doing bundles, I'm gonna show my camera. Because I love doing bundles, when I go into the store, like these are all Valentine's Day bundles that I've taken pictures of. This doesn't cost me anything to grab these pictures, okay? So I grab pictures, I take pictures of stuff, and they just kind of look at me and go, okay, what is this lady doing? And it's all of the bundles that they have. In addition to that, I will take pictures of the back of items so that if I am trying to figure out who made this or who put something together, I can go to the back and look at the item. So this is a journal thing that was at Walmart. They had them on clearance for $5. But I was interested in all the stuff that was in it. So I grabbed one, and typically I would just take a picture. But I grabbed one. Let me just stop sharing for just a second. And on the bottom of this, you could see the distributor for this particular item. So if you're a person that likes to do bundles and you see, hey, this is an amazing bundle, it was on clearance for $5, I am literally going to reach out to this distributor, see if I can establish an account, see what other things they do, see if they are, if they have a bunch of other stuff that I could potentially put a bundle together or sell with them so that I can be able to sell it. The other thing is I will look when I'm in the store, again, sourcing, I will look on the back of packaging. So this is the back of this package. And so if I decided that I wanted to potentially sell this item, or put it with other things. Like these are pickers, whatever, whatever. And so I could sell this maybe in a bundle, and I wouldn't sell like the big one. I would get like the small ones. But anyway, buy them in large quantities so that I can sell them in a bundle. An example of buying something in large quantities, if you've gone to Aldi's or if you've gone to Walmart, you've seen that they've got the sanitized, like sanitation packet. I don't know what you want to call it these days, but it's got a mask in it. It's got gloves. It's got a little hand sanitizer. It's got all of that stuff in it. And let me get rid of this. And so what I do is I would go and buy a bunch of hand sanitizer in a large lot. And then after I buy a bunch of hand sanitizer in a large lot, then I don't know what's happening here. Once I buy a bunch of hand sanitizer in a large lot or gloves in a large lot and buy the mask in a large lot, when I put together a bundle, at that point, if I'm buying them in large quantities, like I bought maybe 1,000 little hand sanitizers. And so I buy them in a large lot, which means that each one of those hand sanitizers maybe cost me 10 cents, 15 cents. I could get the gloves, multiple gloves in a pack, and I could probably pay 2 cents or 1 cent for the gloves. Buy the mask, if you buy them in a large lot, maybe pay 25 cents or 15 cents for each mask. So by the time you're done putting the whole thing together, you literally have a bundle that you've put together for under 50 cents, and you turn around and sell it for $5. So when I look for those opportunities by going into the store to find things that I could potentially buy in larger quantities, by looking for the distributor, and then from there, reaching out to the distributor to see what kind of deal I can make if I'm going to put together a bundle. Okay. Then we have eBay sourcing. So eBay sourcing, let me go over to eBay. There's a lot of stuff that you can find on eBay. You can find lots on eBay. A lot of people don't know that you can find lots on eBay where somebody is selling multiples of something. And so some of the lots are good, some of the lots are not. So you can look at, especially if you're looking for like vintage jewelry, someone could go through this and see what's in there that's worth it. Looks like it's got a bid on it. But if there's anything that's worth it, so, I forget what this is called, the green that's in here. But some of these might actually be worth something. So if you buy them in lots and then turn around and resell them. So you can buy lots of clothes. I used to sell clothes in lots on eBay. You can buy like electronics in lots. You can buy whatever you want, but there's a lot of things that you can actually find on eBay that's already in a lot. So whatever that topic is, and maybe it's pet supplies. So maybe you sell pet supplies. So you can go over to eBay and see if there's any pet supply lots that are already out there that you could potentially buy, you can use to resell on another platform. Okay. So that's one of the strategies that I use. It doesn't matter to me personally, like if I am selling in a specific niche, those are the ones I'm going to go after. If I'm selling bundles, I'm looking for a specific thing. So if I was using the example of the hand sanitizer, I don't know if anybody's selling it, but let's just go see. My keyboard does not work. Okay, so I don't see any big, nope, this is not it. So let's go and see if they've got them in wholesale. Okay, so here's an example. They've got 8 of that one. 8. I don't care about the 8s. I like the little bitty small ones, because then you can make, like this is 24. That's too much for that. I can tell you that right now. But you can buy them for less than that. So you can Google wholesale suppliers, but you can also check here for them. An example would be, I went to the 99-cent store, and they had these little hand sanitizers in a 4-pack. And so I could buy the hand sanitizers in a 4-pack for like $1, and then turn around and I could flip them. If I didn't want to establish a wholesale account with somebody, I could turn around and flip them in a bundle, and I will have paid 25 cents for each one of them individually. So again, look for opportunities, whatever your specialty is. If you haven't honed on anything, if you're just a generic seller and you sell just different things on different platforms, because again, you can use this strategy on different platforms. Some platforms you need to be able to sell the things brand new, like Amazon is really particular and it needs to be new for the majority of things you sell on Amazon unless it's collectibles. But on eBay, you can definitely sell used things. So keep that in mind. And some of the other platforms, you know, it doesn't have to be new. The other thing is that you can, like I said, you can find brand new things, as you can tell, on eBay to be able to sell on other platforms. So buying them in bulk. You can also Google wholesale suppliers. So I did this research at the onset of COVID-19. And so I looked for hand sanitizers because we were actually going to put together bundles. So somebody needed us to buy. We can still do it, but you can buy them in bulk, large quantities of hand sanitizer. So you can see here, they've got a whole bunch of hand sanitizers. So you can just Google to see what you can find. A lot of print-on-demand companies, you can buy them in bulk because of the fact that you can use them. You know, you can label them. You know, if you were had a conference or you were giving them away as part of your job, it would have your company's logo on them. So sometimes you can reach out to some of the print on demand and actually just go ahead and get them without any labels on them. So keep that in mind as well. Okay. So eBay has a lot of stuff. The other thing I was going to show you was, I forgot the jewelry. I don't want the jewelry. So there's these bracelets that they sell. We've sold them for fundraising that they sell on eBay. And we bought them and resold them for a much higher price. You can get them on eBay for, let me just check prices. So under $1. I'll choose these two. There it is. Okay. I want the ones for under $1. Okay. See y'all. So we've purchased the bracelets and then resold them for $10. And we bought them for $1 on eBay. You can buy them in lots. I'm trying to see if I can see them. And they're actually handmade. Well, I don't know if they're handmade. They're probably made in China, to be honest. I hope this is still not on lots. Offers, auctions, unbranded. Okay. So I'm not going to find the ones that I'm looking for, but in any case, you can find things on here that you would be surprised and turn around and sell it for a profit. So take advantage of that. Also, you know, some of these bids are actually really good deals. So we sold a bunch of necklaces that were similar to this, sort of. We sold them for our nonprofit to raise money. We bought them for like $1 and we resold them for like $12 and $15 and $20. So again, taking something that is extremely inexpensive, that's already on eBay, ordering it in bulk, or, you know, ordering 10 of them, 15 of them, 20 of them, and then turning it around and flipping them. That's another way to make some money with eBay. Okay, so the next one is Amazon search sourcing. So Amazon search sourcing, I've taught this so many times. There's two different ways in which to use Amazon to your benefit. And I'm a person, I believe in organic searches more so than I do tools. I think the tools are really good if you get some really good tools. But the problem is that, and I'm going to use the example of Jungle Scout, Helium 10, Technical Arbitrage. I could just go down the list. So let's start with those three. ACE Inspector Pro, you could go down the list. So if you have, I don't know, 300,000 sellers who have bought all of this software, and they're all doing the searches, you literally could find an ideal product to be able to sell. And then within 2 weeks, a boatload of other sellers are on it too by using these same tools, which can become extremely frustrating because you're like, okay, when I bought this, there were no sellers on, there was one seller, two sellers, whatever. And now I found it with my software and The next day, I send my inventory into Amazon, it gets checked in, and now there's 25 sellers. I check 2 weeks later or a week later, and there's 80 sellers on it. And you're like, what happened? So if everybody is using the same software, then everybody's going to get the same results. And I believe in as much as possible in doing organic searches, because I'm not going to lie. Do I have a subscription to a couple of these? I do. How often do I use them? Never. Like, I think the last time I used Ace Inspector Pro was like 2 years ago. So, or maybe a year and a half. I can't remember. But in any case, using Amazon Top 100 as a search tool is a great way to find products. Another one is to use the Amazon search bar. So right now we have Valentine's Day, which we know we're right on top of Valentine's Day. But as soon as I start typing, I type in V, and the first thing that comes up is people are searching like crazy for Valentine's Day gifts for him, decor, gifts for her, and decorations. Those are the top 5 things that people are searching for on Amazon that start with a V. Like, I didn't even have to finish the rest of it. The other thing is number 6, which is vitamin D. People are looking for vitamin D, they're looking for vitamin C, and they're looking for vitamin D3. So if you're a person that is selling supplements, again, sourcing for vitamin D, vitamin C, and vitamin D3, that is something that people are searching for. In addition to that, people are searching for vacuum cleaners, which is very interesting. I would not have thought that that would be number 7 on Amazon. And people are searching for Valentine's Day on Amazon. So, and that's just typing in V, okay? That's not typing in anything else. So as you continue to fine tune your search, if you wanted to sell Valentine's Day stuff, I'm literally going to be a person that lists Valentine's Day stuff for him, Valentine's Day decor, things that I can use long tail keywords like Valentine's Day gifts or Valentine's Day gifts for her, Valentine's Day direct decoration. So the things I'm going to go after are Valentine's Day gifts for him, her, and decorations. Those are the ones that people are really searching for the most when it comes to Valentine's Day right now. And then kids. I think, you know, with COVID-19, the ability to give away Valentine's Day cards is just, I mean, I don't know. It might come back in 2022. It's definitely not going to be here in 2021. So if you got Valentine's Day cards like I do that I buy when they're on clearance and I turn around and sell them the following year, just hold on to them. Valentine's Day will come back and kids will have Valentine's Day at school again. It might be 2022, but you'll be able to sell them. Great thing about cards is that they don't, you know, they're not like food. You don't have to worry about them. But put in the first couple of letters or the first letter of whatever's coming up. So we know that St. Patty's Day is coming up. I'm going to start with an S. So the first thing that's coming up in an S is people are searching for shower curtains. That's very interesting. So if you hadn't thought about sourcing, I'll just tell you that they sell clear shower curtains at, or they share like the liner at the Dollar Tree for $1, the clear ones. Okay. And I think they're selling on Amazon for clearly more than $1. Shoe rack, shower head, very interesting. So those of you that are sourcing for things to sell, if you happen to be sourcing from like Home Depot, True Value, hardware stores, Lowe's, or some of the other ones, shower heads. So if you can find some shower heads on clearance, people are looking for that. Okay. And just be mindful of these things. Smartwatches, scales for the body. Of course, scales would come up. A weight or scale would come up because, again, we're at the beginning of the year. It's still January 26th. Slippers for a woman. Again, that could be the tail end of Christmas. And that's the reason why that's coming up. Or it could be for Valentine's Day. Stickers, Amazon Smile, snacks, and sports bras for women. So again, if you find some sports bras, I found sports bras on clearance at Big Lots. And that was like a good find because, you know, being able to find sports bras and then turn around and flip them on Amazon or other platforms for a higher price. So sports bras will continue to be a popular seller, but their popularity will dwindle towards March or so, maybe April. And so then you can start to get them on clearance because at that point there's abundance of them, and so they'll start to clearance some of them, and then they'll pick up again. So I'm looking for St. Patty's Day. So I'm going to start with the ST. And I don't see anything that's St. Patty's Day, but I do see that people are looking for bins. They're looking for Star Wars Black Series, Star Wars,